So Michael just slapped this deck on about in the last month. I know, it's 50 feet.
Wow.
Oh, so we've got this. I know. I just got this for my birthday. And I have another table coming, and we also have the chairs. And then look at how cool. Watch how it's. And we're going to put one more section, and then here. So we have like the table, because like I said, we really have more people than this. But this is the latest development. We're always doing
You
something.
drink your coffee.
Totally.
Look out.
Get in your chair. Zero gravity it, and just push your feet and lean back. Watch.
Whoa.
I know.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Wait, do I go?
Yeah, go. You'll push with your feet and then lean. There.
Oh.
Oh my gosh,
Look
right?
at this.
It's so like totally cool, and the moon hangs like right here.
Like the sunset. Oh my gosh.
We're so lucky.
You face the sunrise on the front, and then the sunset in the back.
Nice here. I feel so lucky, don't you think, Ashley, to find this land and be out here? And
oh my gosh, so much, especially since there's so much building going on in Taos right now, and like that piece of land is probably never going to get built on, but definitely where that fence line is back.
That's Pueblo.
That's Pueblo land, so they're not putting it out there.
Wow.
Ever.
35 acres that way, kind of till that house is owned by the guy who owns the general area. And there's the Pueblo right on the other side of those posts right there. Right. They'll come and check the fence, and they'll drive out, and so it's nice to have. It's nice because I mean, our grandson, our granddaughters, and our grandson, and our son-in-law are all Pueblo members, and so it's nice. I feel like I'm hugged. Like I used to tell the kids, don't can you please marry a local or somebody who's like whatever about what they do or anything, but local, somebody who wants to be around, and we like it here. Just can you be with somebody who likes to be around, and together? We're together all the time.
I love it.
In a cool way, right?
Yeah. Now your glass blowing back there.
That thing
you have to
front,
show me that. And what is this structure?
So that was the original studio, which is about my weaving studio, which didn't quite pan out. And so we're going to change it. We're about to build a studio.
Yeah. I'm going to make smokable glassware and the stuff that those people do. And it's crazy because they'll make these huge art pieces and then you can smoke out of it.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
Well, I need a bong. I told I'll buy your when you start actually making them. Yeah, I think they're beautiful. What you could do,
I know,
right?
I can't wait.
It's like incredible.
Yeah.
I couldn't feel more. I feel like we got lucky that our kids were willing to stay in the area and we could all be so close. It really means the world to me. The headboard is from a loom, a Zapotec loom. We made that headboard. I made that.
Out of the loom?
Out of a loom.
Wow.
Touch that wood. Look how hard that is.
Yeah.
You can't even get wood like that. Like that's 100-year-old wood from south of the border. I mean, they don't even. So she gave me that loom, and she goes, even if you can't use the loom, make something from it. And so I did.
Look at that.
And then we have a lot of architectural, like we went and to all this weird, I didn't even know. I just did it. I don't even know. I just did it.
It all looks so cool together.
Thank you. Shut it down. And I'm going to get it where you can latch it. So it really is solid closing of a, I mean, we just made everything. I think it's been 8 years ago that we started.
These were my great grandparents.
How it's supposed to be, like the male and female. Isn't that weird? Like this is the more, the bigger one, and that.
And one has arms, and the other doesn't.
Isn't that mean?
Yeah.
This is our new, and this is how we listen to you. We rock Jay hard.
Oh my gosh!
Right here. It's even on it now. I'm telling you. We rock you hard too. We're like, and this is our ugly, very messy.
It's not. I love the laundry room,
but it's a mess. You can look at it, but it's a total mess.
This is all stuff.
It just got filled in with awkward crap, but yeah.
Awesome. That's cool.
The last concert before COVID, literally.
Wow.
No, the Santa.
So it's cement, and it did at one point have a black on it, but it's been kind of. But you know what it does? It affords us the ability to treat it with somewhat disrespect, and it's okay. My grandmother had it. So my grandmother did that needlepoint, and I framed that when I was in college because I worked at a framing shop. I'm happy you're here. I'm so happy. So happy to have met you.
I say that all the time.
Fabulous.
To myself and to everybody.
Oh, you're so fabulous. Yeah. I feel like we were meant to meet, right?
Were.
Ashley gave me that. Isn't that nice? And there's my closet.
Beautiful.
That's my mom's piece from when she was a
cool.
little kid.
One day I'll have like a walk in.
Doesn't it look cute
So
too? Go in. Yeah, go in. It's cute. Really yeah. You have this. So when you sit at this table, this is where Patricia's scarves get woven. Right here. This is where everything major in our house happens. Pretty much right here, huh, Ashley?
Wow.
And yet last night, this had a king size quilt and a sewing machine and stacks of fabric and what else? Last weekend we had Lego. This is where the action. Well, these were our felting tables, huh? When we had our business, and we have 4 of these, but they were tall. They were really tall. But Michael broke them down. But we used to teach felting classes on these 8-foot tables.
Felting?
Yeah, we would do Nuno felting.
What is that?
It's felting wool onto silk. And so Ashley and I had a business for about 5 years. This was next door.
Oh yeah. I also have to say, so your hair color, if she could see it, our colors of the podcast are pink and green.
When we first moved out here, my husband was environmentally ill, and we lived out in the middle of nowhere on 50 acres of land in a 100-year-old adobe house, and it was really intense to move from Dallas to like the middle of nowhere, and it was like a really intense Spanish community, and I think they saw these 2 white kids in their 20s move in, and people would show up and be like, "What's up?" Just like, "Just over here, whatever." And then slowly we had the kids, and so my kids have embraced some of the art, and some of it has just been by the rural aspect of it. I mean, we were out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Ashley went to kindergarten. She got on a bus and drove 30 miles through nowhere to go to kindergarten.
Just all those journeys that took you to this spot. Do you feel this is your forever home?
This was meant to be our forever home, right? Even for Ashley, if she wants. So we went through all these things. We had our art, we had our family, and we had work, and Michael works full-time. He's worked in the ski industry, and he's building right now, so he's really done a lot. So we had all these things that were really big and really deep, but we realized, we're like, let's just get situated. So we found the land, and we went with the idea that this was going to be it, and then we brought everybody on. If you want it, here it comes.
Your family,
right? Which is how the permit was pulled, and this was built off of a piece of like a poster board. That was my design. Like, nobody seems to take it for granted. We all are really having a good time with it, and we're like, the grandkids are fun, and we have 3. Yeah. Wow. So we're lucky, and we have what Josh, my son-in-law. He's a member of the Pueblo, and he goes, "We're gonna have the whitest little Indian at the Pueblo." Started laughing. We're like, "Go get him." His name's Lincoln. Go get him, Lincoln. But he has so many cousins. He probably has 13 cousins that are already over there that are hilarious. So he's already in.
What a
like
great way to
but,
grow up. I mean,
it's
you have your family and friends all around you built into your community, right? And you learn so much through. I think that's what is lost in a lot of our society is that we learn from who's around us when we're children.
Totally.
Let me share this knowledge with you because now you're at an age that you need to learn how to do this.
That's so important.
Yeah, totally.
And that's how knowledge really should be shared, right? Like as needed, like from person to person as needed and in the moment. Because isn't that when you really take it in? Like think about that. Like we could not drive a screw and now we're like either hand, so you really what you need in the moment from the people that you need it. And if you're just that, there's your synchronicities, right? You know,
cool.
like if you're just open to it and you're like, I'm gonna go with the openness.
Julie, what can you talk about with just the weaving and how that embedded you into the Taos community? Because you both had the store,
right?
But you were doing weaving classes back then, or did that start later?
Well, what really happened is when I first came to town, before, like, you know, kind of like when the kids were just starting to show up and everything, and I had moved from Dallas, so I'm have my weaving degree. I'm actively weaving in Texas, and I have a book that's called The Weaving, Spinning, and Dyeing Book by Rachel Brown, right? So I've already seen that. It's been in I've seen that in high school. I've seen it. So I end up over here in New Mexico, and there's a catalog, like a weaving catalog that for equipment that gets put out. And so somehow I see that and I send off for it. And so there I have in my hand Rachel Brown's catalog. So we order something off of it, a Swift. So my husband orders something off of it, and they're like, he's all, send it to me, and they're like, you only live like over the hill. Like, oh well, obviously this place is in Taos. So that just gets on my radar, and then I end up over there, and I see it for the first time, and I see Rachel Brown in the, you know, she's there, she owns it, and she's working it, and so I just kind of put my foot in it. But what I really started out with was that's happening, but the New Mexico Community Foundation, which has it's about education in the rural communities and setting up possible businesses and things that people in rural areas can do. So somehow the New Mexico Community Foundation found out that there was a weaver in Ocate. Okay, so yes. So I get a call, and I mean, this is definitely before kids, and I get a call or something, and they go, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" You know, and so I end up teaching 3 Spanish women in my community. We get looms, and I have a little studio, and they come over, and I start teaching these women weaving. And one of them still weaves. I know for sure is still a weaver, and the other two, I'm not sure if they still weave. But we take on this project, and so then that project hooks me up with. They send me out to Los Ojos, up at Tierra Wools, and they want me to go there for a week to learn that class so that they know that whatever my skills are the same skills that they want to teach these women. So I go up there for a week. So now I've touched with Tierra Wolves. And so all these things are all interconnected. I just am not aware of that other than I've been there. And so here I am, and I come back, and I've made the connection with them. I've made Rachel's connection. I made her connection. And then slowly we just start, I don't know how I just continue to weave, I guess. And then I guess I continue to use their product. I continue to teach. And then we move over to Angel Fire, and I really put it on the back burner for the kids. So much so that the people that one time I did something, I wove a little piece, because you know how my loom was never up when we lived in Angel Fire. I don't even remember it being out.
It was, but like it wasn't until I was a teenager. Oh, okay. Because sure. Remember, I wove that thing for high school.
There you go.
It was definitely out then.
So people that had known me for years, I wove something for something to be auctioned off, and they were like, "Excuse me, what? You what?" And I'm like, "Oh, by the way," and they're like, "What do you mean?" And so then it's true. Yeah, and then it's true. And then Ashley, that was funny. Ashley wove something else. Was like, "Hey, I got to have this project," and we're like, "Well, let's weave. It'll be good." And then her teacher goes, "Well, weaving's too easy," and I was like, I beg to differ. So what did you do? How'd you?
That was we just documented it, and I was a lover of PowerPoint back when I was in high school.
In high school?
I loved to throw together a PowerPoint, and I would do all the like sounds, and the graphics would move, and music would play and stuff. And so I was like, I had this horrible art teacher when I was in high school. And she's one of those people where she thought she was like a really great artist, and that's why she should be an art teacher.
And you're like, just teach.
And she was like, "Oh, weaving is so easy. I don't want," because it was supposed to be this like long form art project, right? And she was like, and so everybody had to like submit their thing, and she was like, "Oh," and so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna weave this thing," and she was like, "No, I've done weaving, and it's so easy." And I was like, "Girl, no, you haven't, and no, it's not." And so I like convinced her, and I was like, "Well, look, if I do this whole PowerPoint and I document everything, will that be?" And so I talked her into it somehow. And then I went up there and I blew everybody out of the water with my project because like all the girls in my class all made these like sad ass little purses. I remember, and I was like, you let them make purses? And like but then it was funny.
Yeah.
I documented, we like went to the yard store and I was like, here's my yard that I picked. And then and then we put the warp on the loom and I just took all these photos. Wow, my little PowerPoint,
So
and then
good.
look, watch, I even still have it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna laugh at the colors.
Oh wait, it's pink and green.
This is so wild.
Oh yeah, look at this though. She's not wrong. Look, her first piece, and look.
Oh my! This is.
Put it somewhere. Yeah, it's.
Wow. This is what you entered in high school?
Yeah.
But she was saying was
and
so
she was like,
easy.
that's gonna be too easy.
She sounded like a kid.
Okay.
So what is this room?
This is our shared kitchen.
Okay.
So with Ashley and David's casita, we share all this other room with them. Laundry room. Here's our guest room. And obviously, like the guest room, like it's all our house. It's all meant to be for everybody. I know, isn't that? And that's a mirror from the Taos Inn. I mean, we really did spend a good year and a half just thrifting.
Yeah.
We hit it hard.
Yeah. This is beautiful.
We got that thrifting. My mom gave us this church door from California.
Oh, that you made into like a barn?
And we put that, Michael made that. But that my mom and my stepfather carried around for years and years.
Decades.
Yeah, and my mom's got 2 or 3, and then we have 1. It's like a vintage piece from my family.
Yeah.
This is from like the 40s. My cousin owns a gallery. This is her piece there. And then this is our butterfly library.
Just sit and pick up any book.
I know, it's so funny.
Wow, I love the lighting.
So when thank you. So the first one is the Hollyhock Hideaway. So the compound on the left, the first casita.
And what is the history of hollyhocks? I know my uncle has them. They're everywhere.
So me, I'm not 100% sure on the history, because one thing that Patricia Michaels was telling me is since the Taos Pueblo was a huge trading mecca. So think about what that means. It's just a constant flow in and out of energy and things. So I'm assuming seeds has got to be part of that. And so how interesting to think that we were really people who just had all kinds of interesting influence from all over. And I'm wondering if that's not part of it. But when you see it, to me, like I see it in town so much, and I brought a lot of it from the Taos Inn because I worked there for so long.
They're beautiful over there. Taos Inn has a ton of the hollyhocks.
And I worked next door to it for 9 years, so I would just bring back seed, and I even gave some of my friends in Tennessee. So it's been cultivated all over, really. Here comes my nice dog. His name's Hank. Sorry, he's super happy. Oh, good boy.